And they break out of the stalls. Munir with a white face restrained, leaving the gate. Velata broke out well in the noseband. Red carpet also keen early. White cap, red jacket in the centre. And Naef is right there on the pace, unlike on his first race this season. Naef in the black cap, tracking across with red carpet to the stance rail. Velata in behind them. Rumpold, who was keen to post, is also handy out wide. King's Ironbridge is pulling hard as they cover the first quarter mile. The leading bunch are then tracked by Taboog on the stance rail, the favourite under Frankie Dettori. Imperial Dancer is the back marker. Minardi, a white face on Michael de Boer's jacket in about the midfield as they race inside the final 5 furlongs now. Red carpet and Naef, followed by King's Ironbridge. Divine Task is just in behind them. Pulled to the outside, Heretic, then Mayville Thunder. Next is on the inside Taboog with Rumpold just being niggled along. Munir is also making headway as well in the blue and white jacket towards the white face as they run down towards the final 3 furlongs, and up front Red Carpet and Naef, they're duelling for the advantage, and they've skipped a couple of lengths clear of King's Ironbridge. Then Munir on the outside. Coming forward is Velata, then Mayville Thunder. Backpedaling is Rumpold. Taboog is under pressure. Golan is making good headway on the wide outside together with Tamburlaine. They run inside the dip in the Roly Marlow. The Sagitta 2000 Guineas. It's Red Carpet on the rail. Naef out in the centre. Golan's come swooping through with Tamburlaine. Then Frenchman's Bay and Munir. It's Golan and Tamburlaine. They battle on together now. Golan and Kieran Fallon. Tamburlaine and Richard Hughes. Frenchman's Bay is pulling on well at the finish, but Golan goes on to win the Guineas. Tamburlaine second. In third then Frenchman's Bay. They were followed home by Minardi Nevanera in 4th place, and it's gone to the same partnership of 12 months ago with Michael Stout and Kieran Fallon lifting this Sagitta 2000 Guineas. It was King's Best in the year 2000. It's Golan this time, a son of Spectrum out of Highland Gift, running in the colours of Lord Weinstock. A 5th 2000 Guineas win for Sir Michael Stout, following Shadid Doyoun Entrepreneur and King's Best, and a 2nd win in this race for former champion jockey Kieran Fallon. Golan, who was drawn 19 right on the wide outside, came charging through, challenged by Tamburlaine in the hands of Richard Hughes in the red jacket. These two had it to themselves for much of the final furlong, though Frenchman's Bay was staying on strongly to grab 3rd place. But Golan, having only his 2nd run, his first and only run was back at Chepstow last season. That ended with a win, and he'd been reported to have been working well on the Newmarket Gallops recently. Well backed to win this Colts Classic, and win it he has.
Golan, the horse that was gambled on in the last week from 33 to 1, was a 9 to 1 chance with Ladbrokes and Coral this morning, generally 8, but only 7 with Stanley and Sunderland, is returned 11 to 1. That's the price returned against Golan. The 2nd horse is Tamburlaine, 8-12 to 1 chance. 3rd at 14 to 1 was Frenchman's Bay, with Minardi 4th, the 5 to 1 2nd favourite. They sent Taboog off, the 4 to 1 favourite, and that Golan goes and gives Michael Stout and Kieran Fallon their 2nd 2000 Guineas together. They won it last year, of course, with King's Best, and Sir Michael Stout won it with Doyoun in 88 and Shadid in 85. And Golan is the 6th horse of the last 8 years to win the Guineas, first time out that season. Island Sands, King of Kings, Entrepreneur, Mark of Esteem, and Mr. Bailey's did it. And he's also the first horse since Happy Night in 1946 with just 1 run to come and win the 2000 Guineas. What price will he be now? Red hot for the Derby. He wins by a length and a quarter and a neck.
Well, in 1 minute 35 seconds, Sir Michael Stout turns his season upside down. The stable that nobody wanted to know at Newmarket have come through with a highly impressive winner in Golan. Let's see it from the start.
Well, they set off, they went a decent clip from the outset. Rumpold went off to make the run in. Red Carpet in the middle of the course at the moment, and just about to make his way over onto the inside under Michael Fenton. Nace already up there. King's Ironbridge on the far side. Divine Task just sitting in 4th, and at this point Frankie Dettori quite happy to just track stable companion Rumpold, who's in behind Tempest. Golan just through a little bit of inexperience, racing downhill as well, probably for the first time, just finding himself a little bit unbalanced. Look at Kieran Fallon, he's just niggling the horse along at the moment just to keep him in tabs with the others. It turns out to be a really special performance this. I think it'd be a certainly a favourite for the Derby after this, but at this point there's any number travelling well, queuing up, Jim.
Yeah, the first three all come from way off the pace, which usually suggests that the leaders, it might not have looked it, have gone too fast, they've died. They've still to make their move. Nayef's been aggressively ridden, but he's done for pace through the closing stages. Now look at Golan to the left of your picture. He's beginning to scythe through the field. Following him through Tamburlaine, who doesn't quite see the mile out, having looked to be going just as well. And then Frenchman's Bay staying on strongly, the striped colours, Pat Edery frantically at work now, but a lot to like about the way this colt quickens up, John.
Yeah, certainly only his second run, and he's a good moving horse. I must admit, having watched him win over 7 furlongs on easy ground at Chepstow, I thought maybe they might just take him off his feet, which they did early on, but he soon picked up as to what was required of him, and a really likeable performance. Worked hard for Kieran Fallon, and just think 9 months ago probably thinking he was going to be lucky ever to ride in a race again, never mind coming in on the first classic winner of the season. And I would imagine that following this win, Carasta will be a warm price favourite to give them a Guineas double tomorrow.